Hello everyone, my name is Obed.
And I'm Megan.
And this is Pura Vida culture.
Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 things we think that many people who move to Costa Rica might have trouble with. And we're going to start with number 10. And it may sound silly, but we chose animals for number 10. So when I first went to Costa Rica, when we got married, we lived with his parents for a little while. So I got to see lots of dogs on the street. And I'm not used to that because here in the United States, or at least in the Charlotte area where we live right now, you don't see that. It's weird to see a dog just running loose and everybody kind of freaks out about it. But over there, it's just super normal. Dogs in the street, dogs coming over to your house trying to get food, and cats too, of course. So that's one thing. And I know that a lot of people are very adamant about taking care of animals. I'm not like totally overboard on that, but it did bother me a little bit because it makes me sad to like see the dogs hit by cars and stuff.
Like Meches?
Like little Meches.
Meches was our dog and was a car hit her and she died like that.
She died from that. So it's just kind of like they don't have like a fenced-in backyard. Well, some people do, of course, but a lot of people don't. So they don't just like keep their dogs in the house. The doors are open, so they could just get out anyway. So that's number 10.
Number 9 is culture. You're going to have a little bit of maybe, for some people don't, but some people will have some struggle with culture because the culture is different in Costa Rica. They're not as direct like here. If they want to say no for something, well, if you want to say no for something, we go around. We don't say just no. We just say like, well, yeah, maybe, or well, I have to do this and blah blah blah, and we're just trying to go around. That is something that lack of directness is going to be for some people a little struggle with that. Also, the culture is a lot warmer. If you live there and you make, Hispanic friends, Costa Rican friends, they might come to your house to visit you and you don't even know. They would just show up like that. That's something that I actually don't like. And I'm from there and I don't like that. Because when we go to my parents' house, people just show up and we're just doing something or having some plans or a meal or something and people just show up. So maybe for some people that will be a struggle, so you gotta count on that and
So number 8 is lack of comfort. So I would say that the country and like how the houses are, they're all made of cement and you have tile floors and all that. So for me, it's not as comfortable. It's a little like rougher, I guess. I don't know what other word to use, but it's a little rough. So I'm used to the house being, carpeted, and it just feels different to me. And so the doors are always open. Here you have air conditioning, you have your heat when you get cold, and so there your doors are always open, which means you get bugs in. You're hot, all this kind of stuff. Of course you can put in your own air conditioning. We've seen like the ones that they put on the wall like in hotel rooms, and so there is that option, but it is definitely different how the houses are built and things like that.
And also things like mattresses and stuff like that is it's harder to find the good ones. They are there, but the stores are not everywhere. Just some places to find the stuff that you actually comfort with, that you're used to. So that is something that is definitely different than United States or Canada or Europe, anywhere.
And I think too, we're used to just being able to hop in our car and go like 5 minutes to a grocery store or like Walmart that has everything that you would probably need or want. And there, the closest thing on your street might be a pulperia, which is like a tiny, tiny little like family-owned store that has snacks and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty different.
And maybe you won't find whatever you need, so you have to drive like 30 minutes to get the stuff that you need. and maybe you can't find it, so you just have to get used to that.
Number 7 is that things take longer.
Yeah, it takes a lot longer in Costa Rica for some paperwork, even just go to the bank. You have to get a number and be in line for 30, 40 minutes, sometimes even longer.
No, that's not like all the time, but most of the time.
Yeah, it depends, of course, the time of the day and all that, but if it's a Friday or a Monday, you will have to wait. And even just, for example, if you just lose your license, you just go and do it online, and it will come to your house in a couple of days. Over there, it would take a long time just for that. So number 6.
Number 6 is noise. So, like I was talking about the houses, how they're made differently. Well, sound travels. You know, you don't have carpet, you don't have like any kind of wood to buffer noise. So in the house, noise travels like crazy, and it can be loud. But the thing that has bothered me the most there is like early in the morning before the sun comes up, the birds start going crazy. And they sing and they sing, and they're where his parents live. There used to be a rooster. I don't know if it's still there. I hope it's not still there.
It's still there, a couple
Hope
roosters.
not. But that thing, it was out to get me. It wanted to wake me up super early every morning. So the noise, and then also you can hear your neighbors a lot more easily, just because it's just, I guess they're close. I mean, we're close here too, but
the houses don't have insulation, so here
right.
all the houses have insulation and have like 2 or 3 layers in the wall.
And the windows are different too.
Yeah, over there is just block and concrete, so you're going to hear everything.
Yeah.
The houses here in the United States are like, you hear stuff outside, but not as much over there.
Yeah, it's
over
just
there.
not as loud here.
She used to have to sleep with
Earplugs.
yeah, earplugs all the time because she couldn't sleep, and she was waking up around 5 when the rooster started singing like crazy.
Or when your mom started washing clothes. That too.
Yeah. So number 5 or number 6.
It's number 5.
Number
now.
5 is roads. Roads is a big one for a lot of people, especially if you're going to drive in Costa Rica. Roads are small. They're not bad like other countries in Central America, but they're small, and a lot of them have holes and stuff like that. Definitely they are not as United States or Canada, Europe, but they are different. They're smaller, and sometimes you even have to wait for another car to pass because the 2 cars won't fit in that road. It depends where you go, of course, because if you are more in the city, the roads are fine, but
Yeah,
if
they're
you
more normal.
yeah, they're normal, but if you are rural, it's like that, so you gotta think about those things, especially if you're going to drive around Costa Rica. What was hard for you? Remember when close to my parents' house, that there was like some roads that you couldn't even see the other one coming?
Oh, like because of the curves?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So-
curves scare me. And people passing too close by each other. And so, like, some people try to pass and, like, near a curb. And so that is, I'm not okay with that. That scares me. It's not safe.
So definitely that is a big one too. Something that you need to get used to. After a couple months, a year, you will get used to it.
Oh
It will be fine.
Number 4 is humidity. So, of course, Costa Rica is a tropical place. Rainforest in most of the country. So there's lots of humidity, and the houses are not temperature controlled, like we just talked about a couple times before. So it's really easy for things to just kind of get moist and stay that way, and for mold to grow and that sort of thing. So you have to like make sure that you keep everything aired out, because if not, mold will grow, like even, you know, on your wall or something.
like for us, we used to have to take the mattress out to get some sunlight because every so often because it will get like kind of smelling.
Musty smelling.
Yeah,
it's not pretty.
So it was kind of a lot of humidity, especially during rainy season.
That's when
during
it really was bad.
Dry season is not as bad, but rainy season is
the big one.
a lot of humidity in Costa Rica. So that is.
And then like even sometimes like when I was in San Jose for a little while, I would like take my pants out of the cabinet and put them on, and they would feel like damp. So it's just something to get used to, I guess. And you just make sure that you take care of things. You don't like leave stuff just sitting
Of course, you
in
can
a corner for too long.
Yeah, of course. Also, if you put air conditioning in your house,
then that won't be a big
but
issue.
still, even with that, it won't be as bad. But it still will be a little bad, especially if you're not used to that. So number
3. Cost of living.
Cost of living. That is a big one. You're going to be surprised when you go to Costa Rica that, well, especially if you've been to other countries in Central America.
Oh, it's like when you talked about what you should know before you travel. See, we have another video about what you should know before you visit Costa Rica, and this is something that's on that video.
Yeah, the cost of living is a lot higher than other countries around Central America. Costa Rica is a little expensive. Food, clothes, cars, all that is expensive. Something good is that electricity and water
like dirt cheap.
And even housing is not expensive as United States. That is cheap. But if you're going to buy clothes or food in general, it's expensive. Especially for the people there that don't make as much money, and food is so expensive. Even higher than here sometimes. It depends on the places. But you have the good thing about that you will save a lot of money in heat and electricity and all that as well.
So you can buy your food.
Yeah. Also, you can grow your own food because all year round.
That's true.
It will be nice weather to do it. So that is a good thing.
Yeah, that is a good.
But yeah,
this is supposed to be about bad things, though.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about all bad. No, I want to say some good things. But yeah, definitely is the cost of living is a little high. If you're going to buy clothes in Costa Rica, just get the clothes before you go. Especially if you're going to live there, just plan a trip every so often, every year to buy clothes out of Costa Rica. Even you just go to Panama, it will be a lot cheaper than Costa Rica. Costa Rica, the clothes, if you pay for a shirt here like $10 over there, you will pay $20 or $30 for the same shirt. So
especially since we have sales here a lot of times.
Yeah, there are not as much sales over there. So that is a big one there.
Well, something that's even bigger. Number 2.
Food.
So we're used to certain brands, and I think we talked about this before, but it's just something to get used to, like a different flavor, a different way. It's a different way of life, So we're used to lots of rice and beans over there. Of course, you're gonna go to the store and get what you want to eat, but they're not gonna always have the same brands or the same exact thing that you want. So that is definitely something to take into consideration if you're very passionate about your food and the way that you eat.
And even if they have it, they won't have it everywhere.
Right.
For example, in Costa Rica, there are like 5 different places that you can buy American food, like Perimercados, Rice Mart. I don't remember the other ones, the names, but... Now, someone
was even asking us about coffee creamer. So here, coffee creamer is like, okay, the first thing you think of is it's liquid. And there are so many different kinds of it, so many different flavors. But there, what they have is powdered coffee creamer. And people are like, I don't want the powdered kind. But that's what they have, so...
If you want to find a liquid kind, you have to go to PriceMart or Más por Menos Perimercados. Also, there is another one, but I don't remember the name.
But those are the more like Americanized grocery stores.
But they're not everywhere. That is the problem. So you're going to have to get used to live.
Or driving a little farther to get those things that you want. And of course, you can just plan your trip. Okay, once a month I'm gonna go here to get all these things, or something like that.
Yeah, or just get used to it. The stuff.
Or just get used to the powder coffee creamer.
Especially if you're going to live in Costa Rica, my advice would be just get used to the stuff that they have there.
It'll be easier.
It will be a lot easier. You will save a trip. You will save money and everything.
So number one.
Number one
Here
is
we
a
go.
big one too.
And it might be kind of obvious, right?
Yeah, the language. The language, of course, is going to be a barrier, especially if you don't speak Spanish. If you speak some, it will be easier, but that is, I don't even have to talk about that one because it's something obvious. You're going to have a struggle understanding and talking to people. So if you can learn Spanish at least a little bit to communicate, would be great.
Because the truth is, not a lot of people know English. Or I know that they teach it, they have like bilingual high schools now, but people don't really know a lot of English over there. So it's better if we, who are going to their Spanish-speaking country, learn at least some of their language to help, to help you get by and get, what you need, be able to communicate a little bit. And don't forget to learn Pura Vida.
Yeah, and it's not their, they don't have to learn English. If you're going to live there, they just speak Spanish. So you just have to get used to it and just go with the flow.
But it can be lots of fun.
Yeah, it will be, for example, even you even going to get to the point that you miss to hear English. For example,
That's
for me,
true.
when I moved here to the United States 7 years ago, I was tired of hearing English all the time until I got to the point that I got used to it, that I even could dream in English. So it's just getting used to the language.
Something that takes time.
It's not as
Too.
yeah, especially if you're older, it's a little harder than I would say the younger people. But some, it depends
Well,
the
even
person.
for some young people.
Yeah, it's even
Not
for,
everybody has like that gift for language, but
yeah.
yeah.
But my advice would be for all that we were talking about, just if you're planning to move to Costa Rica for a long period, just go visit first. Just go visit, stay, because it's not the same thing that you did a trip and you just went to 2 or 3 different places in Costa Rica and you
stayed in hotels.
and you stay in hotels. That is not real life.
Or even had a tour guide or something.
Yeah, that is not a real life. You gotta go experience the culture, experience the food, experience everything that is the normal life, the everyday life. Stay at least 3 months, and after that, you
Or
will
even
see.
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months it will be even better. After that, you will see if that's actually something that fit, where you feel that you're going to fit there. So
You don't know if it's something that you really, really want to do. It's something that you can do,
yeah, just consider to stay at least for 3 to 6 months and let it just make a decision. And like that you will know how Costa Rica is. Costa Rica is a nice place to live. Of course, it's different. It's a third world country. But
And it's not where you're from. It's not where I'm from. So it's not something that you're used to, but it's something that you can get used to if you really want to.
it was really good for us to be able to do this video. I hope if you watch this video that will be helpful for you in some ways and you can understand a little better what you're going to feel or experience over there. So I hope you can subscribe for different things that are coming. I've been talking about the adventure videos, and we haven't done any. It's
They'll
just
come in December.
yeah, they're going to come in December. We're going to Costa Rica in December and stay there for a couple months, and that's where the adventure is coming. So stay tuned for those things as well, and don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time.
Pura vida.
Bye.